it's Lee Michaels, Operations Manager here at AM 1280 The Patriot. So proud to be sitting in the studio for the inaugural show of Real Talk Twin Cities. And I'm just here to kind of introduce Cheryl and her team that you're going to be hearing every week at this time here on AM 1280 The Patriot. So first off, Cheryl, welcome.
Thanks so much, Lee. It is so exciting to be here. We've been looking forward to this for weeks. First off, I just really want to introduce you to my great team that's with me today. Eric Pirius and I, we've been working together for, oh my gosh, Eric, has it been 6, 7, 8 years?
8 years, I think.
A long time.
Yep.
So Eric Pirius
Yep.
with Bell Mortgage, thanks so much for being a part of this with me.
Thank you.
And Donna Quanrud, we go back 30 years to our days of the phone company, both selling for Coldwell Banker Burnett. Happy to have you here as well.
I'm so excited to be here too and be a part of this team and what we're doing.
Thanks, Donna. And my number one son, you might know him as the limo guy. You can see how attractive he is on realtalktwincities.com. Ryan Kempenek, thanks for being here, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm super excited.
Good, I know you'll have a lot to add.
So, Cheryl, let's start with why the radio show? What led you to say, you know what, we need to do more to help educate? So why the radio show?
Well, you know, I've had a really successful business for a long time, and in June I got a phone call from the Real Estate Radio Network, and they said that I was referred to them and they wanted to talk to me about hosting their Twin Cities radio show here. They've got a national network of about 45 shows throughout the country, and they didn't have one in the Twin Cities. And I thought, are you kidding me? Go on the radio? But then I thought about, you know, where we're at with our business and how we might be able to help. We spend so much time educating our clients and other agents, so it seemed like the perfect opportunity. And I took advantage of going out to San Diego and attending their real estate school. Here we are.
It's fantastic. We're really excited to have you guys and the expertise you bring on the air to help people, because me being a homeowner and people have investment property, all the things that have changed. I think people are a little afraid that, you know, am I upside down in my house? Are real estate coming back? What do I do when I'm buying and selling? What if my credit isn't good? These are all things and more that you're going to be covering, and Eric being a mortgage specialist, helping people with their finances.
Yeah, I get asked those same questions all the time, and there's a lot of misinformation, and people, you know, wonder exactly, you know, what about my credit, or how soon can I buy after a foreclosure? How soon can I buy after a bankruptcy? Can I buy and sell at the same time? I get asked the same questions over and over repeatedly. So I think this is a good opportunity to give people straight answers, in addition to what Cheryl's going to talk about continuously, which is market information, you know, where we've been, where we are, where we're going, and to give folks access to the experts that we know in the real estate field, whether it's, you know, attorneys or title folks. This is a good format for us to be able to share our expertise and access that we have to experts.
It's going to be great. So Cheryl, when people are listening to the show where they have questions, they can always contact you or anybody on your team about things they've heard on the program, or things they just need answers to. How do they contact you?
The best way is going to be through our website, realtalktwincities.com. And of course, you can always text or call at 612-735-0553. That's 612-735-0553. And the website is great. We are going to have our shows there. We're going to be marketing our listings on the website. You're going to be able to contact local experts through the website as well. And we'll be discussing your questions on the air.
Yeah, this will be great because it's not the typical real estate show. You're not just running down listings every week on the program. I'm sure you'll have properties you'll be highlighting and spotlighting, but really it's about education.
Absolutely, and we have such a great, diverse group of people on our team. I just want to talk a little bit about my background and what we bring to the team. I've been working together with my husband, Randy, for about 30 years. And through those 30 years, we've been building homes, buying investment properties, helping clients with every part of real estate from remodeling. And now he's heavily into marketing real estate on the internet as well. So he's going to bring a lot to this as well. And then we have Eric, who's been working
15 years.
15 years.
Yep.
And Donna, Ryan, myself, together we've got over 50 years of real estate experience.
getting old.
And really covering the entire metro, and really covering any question that somebody has, whether it's investment property, whether it's just a home for them, vacation property. Are we seeing the vacation property
Yep.
starting to come back a little bit?
Yep, everything's coming back.
That's fantastic. And I know some of the fun things you're going to do on the show. You're going to have some great tips. You're going to have useful information. You've got neat things you're going to be doing. I know I'm not going to spill everything here on the first show, but keep listening because I think you're really going to be excited about what you hear, but more importantly, excited about what you're going to learn about the real estate market here in the Twin Cities with some experts who really have the knowledge and drilling down into specific areas and parts of the Twin Cities, because you all have an expertise in different things, and coming together with your network of people that are coming in is going to be a great education for everybody who's listening to the program.
Right, and one of the most important things that we're going to do is when we're discussing probate, we're going to bring on a probate attorney. When we're discussing financial planning, we're going to bring in a financial planner. We're going to help you with every aspect of real estate once you own that home, and how do you protect that home and maximize your investment.
Yep.
Those
That's
are great things. Again, you're listening to Real Talk Twin Cities. You're going to hear Cheryl and Eric and the team every week at this time. Again, you can always podcast the program. You can do that through our website, am1280thepatriot.com, at the podcast page. But better yet, go to realtalktwincities.com. That's where you're going to find everything you need to know about the show. You heard a topic, you've heard a guest, you've heard a question, or if you just have questions yourself, you'll take those as well. They can email them or call them into you, correct, Eric?
That's right. That's your access to us and access to the experts. So, and who knows, maybe your question will become a topic on the show. So you can get information, thorough information about the topic that you're interested in.
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited to have you guys on the program, and I just wanted to be here to welcome you on behalf of everybody at the Patriot. It's going to be neat. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I know you've got a lot to get to on the program today. What's coming up on the show today, Cheryl?
Today we're going to talk about downsizing. This is such a huge part of the market right now.
Yep.
Kids are going off to school, life changes are going on, and people want to get rid of that big house, take that equity, buy a second home, maybe a lake home, and we're seeing a lot of condo purchases. So we're going to be talking about that.
Yep, we are seeing that quite a bit, and there are some different strategies to use to shift your equity from one home to another. So I'll be covering that for us.
That'll be great. And how about just to tease us on a couple things coming up on programs in the future?
Next week we're going to be talking about credit repair. A lot of people have had a real difficulty with the bubble burst, foreclosures, bankruptcy, and it's really time to get that credit repaired, and we're going to help you determine when you're going to be ready to buy your next home.
That's a key thing, because a lot of people, when that bubble burst, whether they were really upside down in their home or not, people lost jobs, credit card bills got rung up, which affects your credit score immensely. So I think that's something that everybody can use is some of that, because it is an important aspect, right?
It is, absolutely, and there's just so many horror stories that we're familiar with on people that have their credit fixed and they don't realize what they need to do during the whole escrow period, waiting to close, and they run out and they charge up their credit card, they no longer qualify. So we want to hit on a lot of those points as well to help people have a successful closing.
Well, that's a big one. So people, you could do that. You get pre-qualified. You think everything's going. All of a sudden, you go out and buy new furniture for the home, spend a couple $1,000s, run that credit card up, and all of a sudden, the financing can fall through.
It happens. It happens.
Wow.
So we'll give you some do's and don'ts, mostly don'ts. And I'll talk about specifically what it means. You know, I have a 660 score. Can I qualify? Yes, you can. What's the difference with my rate between having a 660 and a 740? So you'll be able to understand exactly what it means in real terms. How much? And how much is it worth fixing my score? You know, how much will my rate be affected? I can give you specifics on that.
Right. Well, it's a wealth of information you have with your team here, Donna. Really excited. I just want to, again, welcome you all, Ryan and Donna, Cheryl, Erica, to the air here at AM 1280 The Patriot. Going to be a fun show. It's going to be different than what you expect from a real estate show, which is key, because looking at the team and the preparation you guys have put into this has been absolutely fantastic. So we got a couple minutes left here in the segment. I'm just going to step out. I'm going to turn it over to you guys, and again, welcome.
Thank you,
Thank
Lee.
you so much, Lee.
Thanks much.
Okay, well, one thing I want to remind you is you are listening to Real Talk Twin Cities. I'm your host, Cheryl Kempenek with Coldwell Banker Burnett, and my co-host.
Eric Pirius, Bell Mortgage. You're listening to 1280 The Patriot.
And we are here every Sunday evening at 6 p.m. helping you to close out your weekend. We want you to remember that this show is all about you. We want you to engage with us. We want you to visit us on the website. Some of my great clients have already responded to questions that we're going to be using on the show today, so please stay in touch with us. Eric, you want to give us any update on what's happening in the...
Well, rates are still low. For the past 3 years, we've all been thinking, you know, they got to go up, they're going to go up. We just printed $2 trillion, so at some point they're going to have to go up. And I quit predicting because they haven't. They're still low, and for the foreseeable future, meaning 6 months, you know, to a year potentially, it seems that things are in place for that to remain. So the getting is still good in the rate market. You know, we're still seeing almost the historic lows, the record lows of years past on mortgages. So don't worry about rates.
So it's a great time to buy a home. You want
That's
to
true.
get in the market before the rates start going up, and we're
Yep.
entering our fall season, which is the perfect time to buy because typically we see home prices start dropping before the new year.
And when do you start seeing that?
Right now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, this is
Okay.
really the best time to get out there and start looking. We see prices drop continuously between right now and September until the end of the year. And then they'll start creeping up starting after the first of the year. And we get our information from the MLS data, so it's pretty reliable.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to remind you all once again, this is Real Talk Twin Cities with Cheryl Kempenek and Eric Pirius. And coming up, we're going to be talking a little bit more with our local agent team members, Ryan Kempenek and Donna Quanroot. The Patriot. I'm your host, Cheryl Kempenek with Coldwell Banker Burnett, along with my co-host.
Eric Pirius, Bell Mortgage. Hello again, everybody.
We are here every Sunday evening at 6 p.m. bringing you local expert advice on all subject matters related to real estate. You can reach us anytime at our website, realtalktwincities.com. Just want to remind everybody, this is our first show. Last segment, we were talking with Lee, just trying to get to know you, you get to know us. And now we're going to move into our first segment, the Market Minute, with Donna Quanroot from Coldwell Banker Burnett.
Yeah, there's a lot of positive indicators for buyers and sellers in this marketplace right now. We saw in the last week a 10% increase in inventory. So we've got 18,644 homes for buyers to choose from in the marketplace. And that's the largest pool of traditional property to choose from since mid-2010, which is pretty exciting.
Well, and the good thing about that is that helps eliminate multiple offers, and buyers hate multiple offers. This is going to give them many more options, and they don't need to feel so rushed.
You're right, buyers don't have to compete quite as hard because the supply is increasing, which is great. We're moving into a more balanced market too. We normally say that 5 months of inventory is about a balanced market between buyer and seller, and we're right now at 4.4 months of inventory. So it's a good thing for both buyers and sellers. We're also seeing more traditional homes selling in less time and at a higher price point. So the median sales price rose 5.3% to $219,000, and that's the highest August median sales price since 2007. It didn't change in that September number.
Boy, and that's really great news for sellers. Sellers have been waiting so long to be able to pick up some equity in their homes so they can move on and move up to their next home or make some decisions to move into another neighborhood.
Yes, you're absolutely right. We're really excited about what we're seeing here. Another good thing for sellers is that traditional sales and new construction are up. We've seen a real decrease in the foreclosures and the short sales in the marketplace, with over 50% reduction in that. So our traditional sellers and new construction are pretty excited about that change in the marketplace for them, which is adding to that increased price, median sales price.
And that's also great news for the economy. I know when new construction starts going up, building materials, factories start working more, wages start going up, unemployment goes down. So it's great to see that new construction happening. And I am so happy to hear that foreclosures and short sales are down. On some of our future shows, we'll be talking more about short sales, what that is, and the nightmare it can be for a buyer, and the uncertainty of knowing if you're even going to get that home. Anything else there, Donna?
No, I think that was a great summary of what we're seeing in the marketplace, and we're looking forward to helping those buyers and sellers through the end of the year. I know a lot of people have needs to get homes sold by the end of the year. It's a great time for buyers to be buying right now because there's so much out there. So, you know, take advantage of what's happening with the lower interest rates, the increased inventory, and let's help move the marketplace along.
That's great advice. I just want to remind everybody that we get our data from the Board of Realtors. It comes from the Multiple Listing Service. And you can get a copy of this report on our website, realtalktwincities.com. We want to keep you up to date with the market data that's going on. And of course, we want to help you buy your next home. So please call us, 612-735-0553, or you can text 612-735-0553. Okay, this is Real Talk Twin Cities, and we are here to bring you local expert advice on all things real estate. Just want to remind you that we are a team of real estate agents, marketers, and loan officers that partner with other professionals to help you make informed decisions regarding your real estate investments. Some of the partners we'll be bringing on the show in the upcoming weeks are title representatives, attorneys, CPAs, financial planners, insurance agents, builders, developers, contractors, and more. We want to make sure that we can answer all of your questions with local experts in their fields. Okay, so we're going to move right into our next segment. We're going to talk about downsizing. This is a huge part of the market today. We've got a lot of baby boomers out there that the house is too big, the kids are off to college, or lifestyle changes happen, they can't deal with the stairs anymore, and we are here to help you decide if that's the right move for you. So, you guys, any ideas on why somebody might want to think about downsizing?
Well, they've got enough equity now potentially to sell their home. I mean, that, you know, at least it's possible now as opposed to a few years ago when maybe it wasn't. You know, they might have been upside down.
Vacation, so they can take it easy and they don't have to mow the lawn, shovel the snow.
That's a great point, Ryan, and that's one of the things that we did as well. We bought a condo a few years ago downtown St. Paul in the Lower Town neighborhood, and it's great. You walk in the door and you have such a sense of relief that you have to do nothing. There's no yard to mow. You don't have to worry about painting the outside of the house. So definitely buying a condo or a townhome where there's an association where they're going to handle all of that outdoor work for you will give you more freedom.
There's also a good time to save money in a downsizing situation. Over the last couple of years, we've seen some increases over the losses people had with the downturn in the market a few years ago. Now they're at a time where they can step in and finally sell that home because their equity is where it needs to be. So we're seeing a lot of people in the marketplace now coming in because they can make that move and save some money and lock in those lower interest rates now. So that's always a good thing, and seeing a lot of movement in that area.
Yeah, that's really a good point. And Eric, are you seeing quite a few people that still have higher interest rates that haven't made a move yet that might be incentivized by buying something else? Or?
Yeah, it would seem that, you know, if you haven't refinanced by now, you had to have been living under a rock for the past 3 years. But like we just mentioned, you know, folks that now they might have enough equity to make it work, whereas 2 years ago you definitely didn't. What we're seeing quite a bit is going to a 15-year. You know, you've been paying on your 30-year for a while. Yeah, you've got a rate in the mid-4s or something, but you could go to a 15-year and drop that rate further. Maybe you've got 22 years left on your mortgage or 20, and yes, the 15-year payment would be a little bit higher, but the headway that you make against principal is dramatic compared to a 30-year. So we see quite a bit of that going to a 15-year.
Well, and I think that's really a good point. What I'm seeing with my clients is it's no longer about going in and buying a property, owning it for 2 years, selling it, and moving up to the next one. Because of what we've all experienced in the market crash of 2008, everybody is really thinking about their home as an investment now. You need to have longer term planning and think that you could be there for 6 years or so before you can move on to the next one. So it is important to think about those interest rates, how long you're going to be making those payments, and where you want to be 15 years from now. The one other thing that I'm seeing quite a bit of is people looking for one-level living. There are some great developments throughout the Twin Cities that we can help you with. Whether it's a condo or a townhome, you might want to have outdoor space, or you might like the sun exposure on the east or the west. We can help you with all of those things. So please contact us at realtalktwincities.com or call or text anytime, 612-735-0553. Eric, some of the other things that we need to determine with our clients when it comes to financing is, can they buy before they sell? And that's one of the things the homeowners are always asking me about is, what is the process? How am I going to get from point A to point B? And it's easy for me to go through and do an estimate of proceeds, consult my clients as to how much money I think they're going to be able to walk away with, but that might not be enough to buy the next home. So what would you recommend?
Well, every case is different. I recommend taking the time to look at all of your options and find the right solution. And so let's say you're downsizing, what we're talking about, and you're going to move from Eden Prairie or something and get a townhome or a condo perhaps, and you want to buy and sell, and you want to know the way to do all that. So coming up in the next segment, I will get into detail about, there's a lot of options as far as that stuff goes. This is Real Talk Twin Cities. I'm Eric Pirius on AM 1280, The Patriot.
And I'm Cheryl Kempenick. Thanks for joining us. To Real Talk Twin Cities on AM 1280, The Patriot. I'm your host, Cheryl Kempenick with Coldwell Banker Burnett, along with my co-host,
Eric Pirius, Bell Mortgage.
and we are here every Sunday evening at 6 p.m. bringing you local expert advice on all subject matters related to real estate. You can reach us anytime at our website, realtalktwincities.com. Just want to remind you, this is our first show. We're having a great time, and we're lucky to have from San Diego our guest speaker today, Ron Quintero from the Real Estate Radio Network. Hey Ron, thanks for joining us. You know, it was so exciting to meet you when you came to the Twin Cities last June. I was so motivated with your presentation, and it brought me right out to San Diego to your training, which was excellent. Can you tell everybody a little bit about the Real Estate Radio Network? Thank you. prices are going up, and we certainly had that same situation here with the market tanking. We were lucky enough to get involved with banks and developers, and we worked heavily with distressed condo buildings. So we have a lot of clients that actually have made a lot of money in real estate over the past several years. And now we're starting to see those people sell their homes because they've built up equity, they're ready to move up, or they're ready to downsize and buy a second home. So our median price point is up right now, but also inventory is up, interest rates are low. It's really a great time to buy a home in the fall market, and it's also a great time to sell a home because sellers are finally realizing some equity. Yeah, that's really true, and I actually happen to be in the #1 Coldbanker office in the country. It is just exciting for us to be able to network with all of the other top agents in our community, and I'm also really excited to be a part of the Real Estate Radio Network. I know that you've got close to 50 shows around the country. I love getting in on the podcast training every Monday. It is really beneficial to my business, and I'm excited to meet some more people in the network. Boy, I'll say. You can always reach us at realtalktwincities.com, or you can call or text 612-735-0533, or that's 612-735-0553. And the other, it's my own personal cell phone number, and always available by text. But the website is a great resource as well. One of the things that we're doing is we are videotaping all of our shows. We will have podcasts on our website and our Facebook. We'll also be connected with the Real Estate Radio Network, so you can reach us anytime. We are also recording commercials for all of our listings. So if you are thinking about selling your home and you want to have your home mentioned on the radio, make sure and give us a call. We would be happy to meet with you. Ron, we're down to about 2 minutes here. Is there anything else that you want to add? Yeah. Great. Thanks so much, Ron. We'll talk soon. Okay, I just want to remind you, you're listening to Real Talk Twin Cities on AM 1280 The Patriot. We're closing up our first show here, and we look forward to being with you again next Sunday at 6 o'clock on AM 1280 The Patriot with my great co-host here,
Thank you, Cheryl. Always good to be here.
Eric Pirius of Bell Mortgage, and
Donna Quanroot at Coldwell Banker Burnett.
Ryan Kempenick, Coldwell Banker Burnett.
thanks so much for being here, guys. Next week, we are going to be talking about credit repair, and we'll be talking some more about our market minute and the finance market, and we look forward to being with you. In the meantime, if you're thinking about buying or selling your home, or you are thinking about refinancing or buying a new home, contact Eric, myself, Donna, and Ryan at realtalktwincities.com or 612-735-0553. Good night. With Coldwell Banker Burnett, along with my co-host,
Eric Pirius, Bell Mortgage.
we're here every Sunday evening at 6 p.m. bringing you local expert advice on all subject matters related to real estate. You can reach us anytime at our website, realtalktwincities.com. So, welcome back. This is our first show. We're having a great time. We just spent some time talking with Lee Michaels of The Patriot and introduced ourselves a little bit. You can catch up with our topics on realtalktwincities.com. And now we are going to finish up our conversation talking about downsizing. But first, Ryan has our Ask the Expert question.
Yeah, I've got a question for Eric. I'm wondering, could I buy a new home if I haven't currently sold the one I'm in?
Short answer is yes, but there's definitely a lot of aspects to consider. Most folks, when they're selling, well, first of all, in order to do that, you need to be approved such that you can handle or qualify having both mortgages. So assuming that you do, then it becomes, where do you want to end up? So a lot of folks that are selling, they have some equity. You get with your realtor and you get your net sheet and you say, okay, after, if we sell for, X, we're going to end up with $60,000. And going forward, well, we want to, we've got enough for 5% down, but what we'd really like to do is put that $60,000 for a down payment. So if you're buying a place for $300, we want to end up with a mortgage of, $320 or something, or I'm sorry, $220. And how do you do that? Obviously, you're not going to have the money until you sell, but you don't want to sell and then live somewhere for a month and then buy. And so one way, there's two ways to do it. One is prior to listing, and this is very important, you want to, first of all, you want to have a conversation with the loan officer and get it figured out, preferably me. And then you can get a second mortgage on your current home and use that, take out that equity and use that as a down payment going forward. That's one way to do it. Or you can finance the home that you're going to buy with a second mortgage that is the size of what you're going to net from your sale. So that's a good mechanism. The benefit to you is that you end up with the mortgage size that you want on the home that you're going to buy. There's other ways to do it, for example, a bridge loan, and that's something that we can talk about if you give us a call or go on our website. You can also borrow against your 401k and then use the net proceeds from your sale to pay that down. There are some options to achieve that. That was a good question, Ryan. Thanks.
What if I want to keep my current home and just rent it out?
Okay, you definitely can do that.
Can I use the money coming in on the lease to kind of counteract my mortgage payments?
Yes,
Nice.
if it's your primary, which lenders consider your departure property.
Gotcha.
And you have to have 30% equity in that home, which you would need an appraisal. So if you say, hey lender, look, here's a signed lease, here's an appraisal, I've got 50% equity in there, and in that case, yes, you can count that income on that lease to help you qualify for the next one.
Nice.
That's a good point.
Okay, Eric, obviously, it's quite a complicated topic, so the best advice would be for our listeners to contact you, our
Yep.
mortgage expert,
Yep.
at realtalktwincities.com, or what's your phone number, Eric?
612-275-2700. 2136. 612-275-2136.
Okay, so we've already determined that you want to downsize. We know you've got a house that you need to sell. We've gone through and we've determined how much equity you have in your home. It's probably not going to be enough to buy the next home without selling your home. So bottom line, if you want to get a loan, what you need to do is contact the loan officer, find out what the options are. The other things that we can do as well as we can sell your home, buy the next one, and have them both close on the same day. That way, your purchase that you're doing is subject to the successful closing of the home that we're selling for you. Now, is this the best scenario? Not really, because it's not a whole lot of fun to close both properties on the same day. What that typically means is you have to pack up your home, get everything in the truck, go to your closing, get the keys to your new home, and then move in to your new home on the same day. So that can be pretty challenging. The other thing that some people like to do is sell their home buy their next home contingent on the sale of the home they're trying to sell. It sounds like a great idea, but you run the risk of losing the home that you want to buy. So that's a pretty complicated situation as well. If you do make an offer contingent on the sale of your home, there's usually a time period, let's say 24 hours, where if the seller of that home gets another offer, they give you 24 hours to prove that you can buy their home without selling your home, or that you have a valid purchase agreement on your home. So it's a risky situation we try to stay away from. Definitely better to talk to your loan expert first. Just reminding you, this is Real Talk Twin Cities, and you can reach us at realtalktwincities.com. Ask us any questions that you would like to have us discuss on the show. The next thing we're going to talk about is, where are you going to go? And the nice thing about working with the local agent team, which is us, is we are experts in this area. We have sold hundreds of condominiums and townhomes. We are really experts in this area. We were really lucky when the market tanked, working with my husband Randy at Chemtech, who has hundreds of real estate websites, really focusing on the condo townhome market. He was able to connect with several attorneys, banks, and developers, and I was able to get the listings for those projects and sold out a lot of those distressed projects around the Twin Cities. What that means to you is we have experience in a lot of different neighborhoods with condos and townhomes, and we can help you decide which area to go.
I've got a pretty fun twist on the whole condo tours. You can have a personal driver. We actually put an office in a limo, so you can look at the listings on the fly. You won't get any parking tickets. You will not get lost. And we're experts in every building.
And Ryan, that was a pretty innovative idea you came up. I know you've been featured on the news and in the newspaper for your limo home tours. And one of the biggest advantages to riding around looking at condos, especially in an urban area, is parking. It is really challenging to drive around downtown, getting in and out of the buildings, knowing where to go, finding out who the door person is, where the keys are.
Yeah, I think I've paid for probably 17 parking tickets for my clients.
Oh, I have been there too. Ryan, when you're working on the condo market, what's the typical profile of the buyers that you're working with?
Kind of ranges. I would say from young professionals to maybe even retirees, people that just want to downsize and get out of their homes. Or with all the new construction, I mean, now you have Lund's downtown and plenty of entertainment. Some people just go to the city, they live there, they work there, they play there, and they never even leave.
Exactly. It is so much about determining your lifestyle. We really need to talk with you, determine what you like to do in your free time. Are you thinking you want more time to go traveling, so you want to spend less on your home in the city? Are you thinking you want to buy a second home on a lake? I can relate to that. I've got my condo downtown, I've got a lake home a half an hour from the city, and it's great to be able to just close up that condo and run off to the lake, especially when you've got 4 great little grandchildren and you want to spend every possible moment you can with them. The other thing that I really noticed too is that people buy people, and so we're all working with different clients. I might not connect so well with a young first-time home buyer unless they're considering me like their mom who might be there to give them some advice. I'm actually the average age of most realtors, right in my mid-50s, so this is really a great age for me and my pal Donna here being in our mid-50s, because now we can connect with the younger generation, people that are thinking about downsizing, and it's great for us to help people that are older than us too, because we can still relate to that.
Absolutely.
Donna, we're kind of starting to run out of time here, but I just want to find out, what are you seeing in the market and what are you focusing on?
That's a great question. I'm seeing a lot of condo buyers coming forward, and I'm going to echo kind of what Ryan said. I'm seeing both those first-time home buyers, and I'm also seeing those downsizers right now. So, you know, they're both kind of competing for some of that downtown condo market space. But I'm also seeing people looking for those one-level living opportunities out in the suburbs as well. So there's really a mix. I spend a lot of time out in the western suburbs into Minneapolis, and one of the things I loved about coming on this team was that condo market.
Thanks, Donna. It's really great having you on our team. We just want to remind you, we don't just do condos and townhomes, we do upper bracket, lake homes, and we're going to be talking about all of those things on upcoming shows. In the meantime, reach out to us at realtalktwincities.com, where you can get local expert advice on all things real estate. You can also reach us by phone or text at 612-735-0553. That's 612-735-0553. I'm Cheryl Kempenek with Coldwell Banker Burnett.
Eric Purius, Bell Mortgage.
Donna Quanrud.
Ryan Kempenek, Real Talk.
Thanks so much, everybody, for being here, and join us next week on AM 1280 The Patriot at 6 p.m., and we're going to be talking about credit repair. Have a great week.